Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How are we doing? I, oh man, I'm having a day already. It started at 2 a.m., so let's get to it. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Hi, Daddy. Hi, Tobes. Hi, Garfield. Wait, what do you say? A BH? Monday flower? Ah, frick. I knew I was forgetting something. I was supposed to put on my flower crown, right? The thing is, I was also supposed to wash my hair yesterday, but I was in a bit of a situation with Albert's stream almost ending. It didn't. Just in case you were curious, it didn't end. There's still an hour on the timer, but so I only rinsed. I was supposed to wash my hair, and now I'm in a little bit in trouble. Toast and I are having a little bit of a morning. I had a mini flare up in the middle of the night, so I woke up with my uterus on fire, which is no fun at all. And Winston, do you have a little moment? Winston is freaking out because it's Monday, and on Monday we have um, a test run of our national alarm system. I'm not sure what it's called, but at exactly 12 p.m. on the first Monday of the month, they test all the alarms to see if they all work. So Winston is a little bit uncertain. Luz is feeling sick, so we're doing great. How are you doing, Lulu? Are you okay? Are you Winston? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you, it's okay, honey. The thing is, I also am trying to air out the studio because it's so hot. So I'm really unwilling to put heat on my belly because otherwise I will not only sweat, but most of all I'll just get really tired. I get really tired. But it's like the fourth. It's the 4th of May, so no painkillers for me today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure that I don't live like this anymore. But we're gonna do our best. What do you mean BH? BH? What does it mean? Lulu, also, I'm pretty sure I've called you a silly goose. You're all my silly geese. You're my delicious cupcakes, that's for sure. But you're also always silly geese. Less of pain, so might be slow in time. But today, that's okay, Lulu. You know what? You're here. You're here. You made it to today, right, Dopes? Still going 24 hours ago. It was an hour and a half. Oh my god! I mean, last week, exactly a week ago, I was still contemplating whether I should even expose my chat to Albert because but now I'm so torn. I feel like such a bad person because I know in one hand I'm like she's fine and she's having the time of her life, but also it's been so long. I'm so impressed. I genuinely after stream need to lie down. Well, I usually play with the cats first and then I lie down. I am so impressed. It's amazing. Hi, Loop. How are you doing today? Tired but working, very busy week here. You've got this, Danny. You've got this. Just do whatever you are able to do or have to do because I'm pretty sure that not all of us have the freedom that I have in when it comes to slowing down. Because I think I've changed my mind actually. I wanted to do research on Greenland because I want to do the first episode of my hermit road trip. I want to do it justice, not just for myself to set a certain standard, but also I want to respect every country that I quote unquote visit. And when it comes to this, I am so unfamiliar with the symbolism, and I'm pretty sure I just genuinely don't understand how to interpret the stories. So I want to do a little bit more research on the history and the peoples themselves, and then possibly restart this book. But I don't think I have the capacity to think today. I was not. I wasn't prepared for another, even if it was just a little wave, because I'm fine. I just feel like, I always say, it feels like the inside of my belly, not just my uterus, but the inside of my belly feels like it's been beaten for a few hours with one of those hammers that you use to make meat tender. That's what the visual I always get when I try to explain what it feels like. Just imagine that your inside, the inside of your belly, not your organs, but literally just the inside, has been brutally smashed with one of those hammers. That's what I feel like, which is exhausting. And I think I want something cozy. So, what do you say? Should I just push through and do some research? The video is gonna come out anyway. It's taking a lot longer than I was expecting because I'm just too curious. I'm being confronted with my own limitations, which is I am too curious. What do you say, Billy? There also wasn't supposed to be an air raid siren test today, but there was. Wait, wasn't? Because it's the 4th of May. They sure work. Those they work. You did wait, Danny. You didn't hear? Do you hear normally? Wait, that's interesting because Millie is saying that they weren't supposed to. Blue, you gave me something that is teaching me so much about myself with Greenland Eskimo folktales. My gosh, did you know? Did you know what you were getting me into, Blue? How are you doing today? May the 4th be with you! Exactly, Tobes. May the 4th be with you. Oh, I should have done something with that. I forgot. Bank holiday! Oh, it's a bank holiday! Oh, right. You call it a bank holiday. I mean, it's just a national holiday. Sounds so wrong. At 8 p.m. over here, Central European time, it's going to be 2 minutes of silence. If you haven't already, and if you're able to, if you're mentally capable at this moment in time, if not, that's fine. I want to ask you to look up what is happening with the Freedom Flotilla and the 2 people who've been taken hostage. And if at all possible, interact with posts on social media to give it more momentum, to get more eyes on it, and somehow get these people free. If not, that's okay. If you don't want to, that's also okay. I am sure that you, in your own way, are doing everything you can to make this world a better place. It just looks different for people. But if at all, even if it's a burner account, try to get this news out there to people to more people, just to more people. A lot of times in cases like this, just having eyes on it can make a difference. It can make a difference. And your little like, your share, your comment makes a difference. All right? If not, that's okay. I understand. There's a lot. Oh, there's a fly inside. That's a good distraction, baby. Go chase the fly. But I do want to ask you, right? There's 2 people who are currently in a very dangerous situation, and we need to get them out of there. And we're all small until you put us all together, is what I always say. Okay? But I don't want to cry again because that wasn't making me feel any better to get an update on that, which was it. There's no good update. I made an appointment with a GP called Pain Center, but I have to email because my main doctor there is busy all week and the physio is on vacay for 2 weeks. Always! Why are they always on vacation when you need them? Always! I able to get to some advice still I can see either of them for the pain stuff. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry it's so loud as well. It rained, so the sound carries a lot further over the floor. Okay, you make sure that you do what is best for you, all right? Hello, Silimas? Silimas? How do I pronounce your name? Let me know if I butcher it, and I will try to adjust. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Did I see Chester? Did I see Chester? Toes. Oh my god. That was a whiplash. I loved Chester. At first I was a bit perturbed. Perturbed? That's not a word, is it? I was a bit frightened. I'm so traumatized. How am I traumatized by that word? I'm frightened of Chester a little bit. But also it's like watching a train wreck, right? Amazing. Amazing character, and I wouldn't mind seeing Chester again. Makes you think about yourself, don't you think? Collecting got 100-ish photos to upload. Tag her name as long as no one is bothering me. Uh-oh, daddy. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way I can describe it, daddy. And that's how I feel twice a month. I barely have time to recover in between before I get, abused by my own body again. It's not. It's exhausting. And recently, people have been asking again why I don't go for a third opinion, but because I've had two. But the story was so exactly the same that at this moment, after my unfortunate meeting with a stranger in the forest, I just don't feel capable to face my GP because my GP doesn't treat me as she should. So. I'm gonna wait until I'm gone from this place, which could be a long time. Could be a long time. I'm trying very hard. Trust me, I'm trying very hard to get away from here, but the housing market is just ridiculous. If I respond to a house that would be adequate, I'm not even saying it's a prime location. If an adequate home with the bare minimum that I would need to make sure that the cats and I are both, or all of us are okay, because I'm not kidding, we're never going outside again. We're never going outside again. We're gonna have to build something. The bare minimum of that, I still have at least 50 people in front of me that responded to the same house. Silimas? Oh, I am scared. Let me know what you want me to do with your name. I feel the same, Hammerbody here. Yeah, you be gentle with yourself as well, Lulu. Whether you want to or not, you should. But choose based on what would make you satisfied with your choice long term. Though the hammer plus pain that's not comfortable. It's not exactly comfortable. No, and the thing is, I forgot to order my painkiller, so it's. Is it weird to say that the adrenaline of Elbad's stream is kind of pulling me through the worst of it? Is that really weird? It's not the only thing. I lost my emotional first aid kit, which is baffling, because this is a studio. I have exactly one room, and I can't see everything from here. But I have exactly one. How do I lose my emotional first aid kit? I don't understand. What did I do with it? I'll look later. Hi, Jengas. Yeah. So, if at all possible, please try. Your interaction matters. If not, don't be mean to yourself. Because it really starts with starting to love ourselves. We need to learn how to fully, unconditionally love ourselves. Lunch break. Sorry, I was making lunch. No, you missed nothing. just silly talks. I'm pretty sure I've called you a silly goose, Lulu. I'm pretty sure. Hello? Is this a new meme that I'm not aware of? I love the sound of rain. I recently found a website. I don't know what it's called out of the top of my head, where you can turn on your own, like a fireplace and the sound of a restaurant and like thunder, or maybe you want to hear the ocean. I found a website for that. Perturbed? Is it a word? Oh my god, Millie, my brain. Why does it give me words I don't even know the meaning of? What is that? Silly mess or silly. Can I call you silly? Are you sure? I like that. I like the word silly. it's a cute word. It's an adorable word. It's a loving word in my dictionary at least. That's scary. I never looked at her. Well, we're in the, oh God, I don't know, pronouns. It's called pronouns, right? Wasn't it ha slash ha instead of he, she, they? I don't say this a lot. I'm so sorry. I don't use these words a lot. Pharmacist confirmed it can take more of that painkiller that the emergency service had prescribed, but he's unsure about the anti-inflammatory. So for that, I'll wait for the GP, and during session, I'll email the pain center. I need to ask, among other things, if I could apply my electrodes in such places. My gosh, and also the timing is such, it's so horrible. I'm so sorry. Oh, don't get me started on the fighter planes, Danny. I feel like there's been a terrifying uptick in fighter jets. I was my still first aid kit, volume 2. The thing is, there's things in there that I need, so I can't. I do need to find it. This is impossible. It can't be anywhere. There is nowhere else it can be. This is the room I have, and I haven't left the house. How is this possible? I gotta make a phone call. I'll be right back. Hold on. No, I'm just kidding. I love my phone, but that's not actually what I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Absolutely wrecked today. Spent the whole weekend working on my car, fixing rust, adding what? A bondo? Sanding, priming, painting, etc. And also fixing a few other small things on it. I saw someone make the window all sparkly. I don't have a driver's license. I don't think it would be a good idea. But if ever, I want the sparkly inside. Do you have that? That sounds like a good idea, Jungus. Just join us, lurk, hang out, or if you want, during the sprints and the focus, the power hour, you can head over to Elbat, where I am also lurking secretly. Don't call me out, please. Oh, really? I have been seeing it. I thought it was just people making silly mistakes. Jungus, okay. I live in the same country, and when I transferred, the new GP requested the show. I live in a very small town, silly, so I don't have that option. Oh, you didn't say silly? Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna say silly now, but because now it's in my head. Um, I should chest her. Yeah, we'll chat for another 15 minutes because I'm not ready yet anyway. I gotten the book that I want to read because I've changed my mind about what I'm going to read. I want to be cozy as well. I hear that the general vibe is cozy and maybe very stressed about Elbat. So, we'll talk for another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to start the first sprint. I want to try 2 sprints in a power hour, but it really depends. It really depends. Like, see, if I can't keep my body up, that means that my body is hurting like kind of a lot. So, why stressed? I don't know. I don't know, Danny, because I know, I know by now I should, right? But at the same time, what if it's ending and I'm sitting here and I can't do anything? First off, it's gonna be filmed and it's gonna be on the internet forever, which is interesting. But also, I want to be there. See, I was born to be a viewer. But what did I do? I became a streamer. I blame it all on Jenna Marbles, just so you know. Thankfully, they do have an obligation to take you when you move. I want to move, silly. I want to move for a lot of reasons, but if only because the healthcare over here is really. I really don't know how to explain it. I'm not the only one. I talked to a neighbor, a male neighbor, and he says the same. I have a bad feeling about this practice. They're doing weird things. For one, they just wouldn't accommodate me for being autistic. Like, what do you mean? I'm not only autistic, I also have CPTSD. So for those 2 reasons, it's very important for me to have a trust a bond with my healthcare provider, and in most practices in the Netherlands, it's these days you don't really have one doctor. You just get an appointment the first slot they have for you. So it depends on who has time. But for me, that just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I need one face. I need to know, because mostly because of the panic disorder, I need to know who is going to be there, and that there's a certain predictability to reaching out for help, which is also something I have a lot of trouble with. By the time when I broke my elbow, it took 6 hours for me to accept the fact I need to go take pictures because this is not feeling right. 6 hours walking around with a broken elbow, pretending that I wasn't in pain. Nah, everything was fine. I'm fine. 6 hours. Autism, CPTSD. I asked them several times, and they just said, "We don't do that here." What do you mean? And funnily enough, ever since I asked that, they gave me the one person I said I don't want, because I don't feel like she takes me seriously. Guess who I've been seeing all this time? That one doctor I asked not to see. So they're insane here. I don't know. So I need to move away. And I just know that if I go in for the third time for my uterus, for the endometriosis, I don't need that, man. I'll just take the painkillers. I just need to make sure that I order them on time, which I didn't do last week because I got weird news on my way to the grocery store. Oh my God, I am in awe that my brain just threw out a word that I just didn't know. Lived for half my life near an airbase, so hearing them does gives me a bit of nostalgia. Really, Danny? Actually, my grandpa used to take me to a place where they take off. I'm not sure where. It was a long drive, but then again, I was very, very tiny. I was like 4 or 5. So in a way, yes. But also, oh man, I don't know. Unchecked places where the emotional first aid kit might be located. Fridge. Checked it. Ceiling. You think you're funny, but I'm actually, I'm that desperate. I'm looking in places where it's not, I don't go there. Like, did Winston take it up on his bridge? No, I can see the bridge. There's nothing on there. I need it. I actually need it. And it's just gone. Why? Inside cat. I might check France. I know someone in France. I might be able to couch surf in France. So, and get a haircut at the same time because I kind of need one. No sparkly windows. Why not, Chungus? I'm sorry, that was very loud. I love sparkly things. Sparkly things and glitter make the world just a better place. Not a great idea. On a car? I saw it on a car! Not with... Oh, well, okay. With astigmatism and difficulty driving at night, then it's probably... See, for me, I can't have a driver's license because I realize now, you say that, Chungus, that I wouldn't be looking at the road at all. I would just be like, oh my God, look at the sparkles. Look at the sparkles. Dead. Dead. No. It is tough to transfer to a new GP as well. But we literally don't have any other practice in this town. It's a tiny town. And it sucks. Don't like it here. But alas. Oh, I'm so stressed. Okay, she's awake. I'm so slow. I'm so sorry. I allowed it. I don't know what you're saying, Daddy, but I'll allow it. Around an hour. Oh my God. Is it going to be exactly when I'm talking, or maybe in the middle? I fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my French. It is, Jungas. The thing is, there's a lot of healthcare that is just gaslighting. In my experience, most doctors, I have had one doctor, and I've had a lot. I moved around a lot. One doctor who was not proud enough, well, not too proud, I mean, to say, I don't know the answer. And we went looking for answers together. All the others will just come up with something. Just because they don't know how to say, I don't know. Yeah, I have a very grumpy automat. I'm so sorry, Danny. It's okay. It's okay. I know. If I see your name, I generally don't even read what automat it keeps back. I just allow it. I haven't seen him or her in 10 plus years. I wish I could do that, Danny. I would rather not go to the doctor. I don't like it. You guys, it's not funny. Loop. It's not possible. I'm gonna cry because how is it gone? High school chat, I lost my emotional first aid kit and I'm gonna be very emotional about it. Don't I'm sorry if I miss your message. I'm really trying. Um, the thing is, I am sorry if you don't like this, but the reason I need it is because there's lettuce in there, and I really need that. I'm in too much pain, and if I'm gonna get really sad about life. If I can't relieve my brain at some point today. There's that's why it's an emotional first aid kit, people. There's like emergency shit in there, and it's not just chocolate. There's chocolate in there, yes. There's tea in there, but there's also lettuce in there. Yes, Danny, there's lettuce in there. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I'm trying to remain within terms of service. All right. There's an emergency packet of lettuce in my from emotional first aid kit. I'm so sad. What happened? And it's not small either. It's like a little suitcase. It's a little suitcase. Am I blind? It was here. That's the thing. It was here. It was here next to this cabinet, and now it's gone. I haven't been out of the house. I haven't left this house. I have no one comes over. I don't open the door for anyone if I don't know that you're coming here. Under my bed? If it's under my bed, I'm gonna freak out because then someone was in my house. Winston is not innocent. No, Winston, today he's innocent. Today he's school chat. Yesterday they slept together. What in the platonic sense? Oh my god, they're sister and brother. They slept together. The kitties. They slept cuddled up, and it was very cute. And I almost died. And then my body started to hurt. The devil's kind. Yes, Billy, exactly. Last stuff is often underneath other things, so try and lift stuff up. But it's a whole entire tiny suitcase. You've seen it. It's been here. I don't understand. What do you mean? I'm laughing because I really desperately want to cry. It's fine. I'll look for it later. What I do want to get right now is the thing I want to read. Instead of. Can I reach it? Instead of doing research, because I clearly don't have the brain to do that today, I decided to start reading The Rainfall Market. I've wanted to read this for months and months and months. This was going to be the first book I was going to read for a project that I was working on for YouTube, but alas, I am no longer going outside. So that project has been cancelled. So I'm going to read it today. I didn't have time to find it. I wanted to prep my bed for after stream. And I realized that I needed to open up my lettuce so it can dry a little bit. But alas, no emotional first aid kit. Yeah, he was stressed out, Millie, about the alarm going off, the check of the national alarm. He was really stressed out about that. So he's just, you know, Tush is a babushka, and I am chaos. So here we are. Your knee brace, Chungas. If you need it, please make sure that you don't use it too much. I already checked in the fridge, and I can't show you. It's Monday. It's cleaning fridge day, and I really can't. It's disgusting in there. There's like leftovers that I need to throw. It's Monday. Maybe we can make you feel better by making you laugh. I don't know, school chat. Don't make me laugh too hard because that hurts, like physically. So during the weekend, I didn't have the painkillers, and I had an actual episode. Um, so I was just not con. Oh, maybe that's when I moved it because I am unsure what happened on Saturday and part of Friday. I just don't know. I was in too much pain. I know I had Albert's stream in the background, and I laughed and I cried. And I cried a lot. Laughing when I'm in pain is actually not a good idea. I'm fine. I'm fine. Um, just stressed about Albert's stream. I don't want to miss the ending. I haven't gone through all of this to end it. Like not being there. It'd be such a shame. It's not gonna end. I know, but still. This was yesterday as well. Yesterday, I know everyone was soaking in stress sweat because we got so close to the end. I pushed my knee so far yesterday that it just gave out and buckled out from underneath me. So I have been icing it and put it up, lie down. You have the biggest reason, not an excuse, reason to lie down and keep your knee above your heart, please. Oh my God, Chungus, that's too enthusiastic. Keep it down. Keep it down. Get sparkles. Good morning, Addie. How are you doing today? Did you hear about the guy who lost the entire left half of his body? Millie! What do you mean? Is that the link you tried to send? I saw someone trying to send a link, but I can't allow that because I had a few scary incidents. She'll be online in 20 odd minutes. I can work with that. I can work with that. Let's hope it ends in an hour. Oh, yeah, let's hope. Let's hope it ends in an hour, Danny, so we can all breathe and sleep. Genuinely. Hi, Krish. No way, stressed out chaos lady. Always, sort of. I know. Why am I surprised? I don't know. Reliving the day can help me track stuff down after object permanence fails me. But I'm afraid. I think I figured it out. I think because I don't. I wish I was exaggerating, but when I'm in a really bad episode, even when I'm on painkillers, like the one before this weekend, was so bad that I just lose. I think I just kind of disappear. You know how your body does that? You dissociate to the point that you don't remember. I think when I'm in an actual really bad place, my brain just does that. So I think that's when I lost it. Hi, we're going into a sprint. Okay, if you are joining me with something, whether that is cozying up, let me know just how cozy you're making it. I want to know all about the blankets and the candles and I don't know the comfort food. And I'm going to read The Rainfall Market by Yu Young Wang. I am not sure how to pronounce that name. I haven't looked it up yet. But I'm going to mute myself so you can either go and look at. Oh God, how did it work? Uh, you can go over there because we have a treaty right now and we are freely exchanging viewership. So if you want to learn a little bit about, I think it's Fourth Wing, right? That she's recapping. Go over to Elbats. I will be reading and I will see you in half an hour. Good luck. I'll warn you before the timer goes off. So you can just leave the sound on over here. But this way you can just listen what you feel like today or maybe you want silence. And most importantly, you won't hear it when I talk to myself and make no sense. All right, I'm going to shut up. I'll see you in a bit. Last minute. Welcome back. That was the first sprint. And after a 10-minute break, we're going into a power hour. I want to do the power hour just in case. And hopefully we'll do another sprint after the power hour. But for now, we're taking a 10-minute break and I have to decide. I have to decide what sticky notes I'm going to use because there's already a few interesting sentences in there I want to take another look at. But before we continue, I want to welcome Matey from Oz and Matey yes, I'm going to say Matey. And Isa Serve. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follows and enjoy your lurk. How are you doing, Katsu? How's the reading going? It's going. I'm so sorry, Millie. You know what? I get scared by the stupid thing as well. No, it's not stupid. I love Susan. Susan is great. Overpriced, wildly overpriced, but for work, it's doable. I looked it up for someone recently, like last week, how expensive Susan was, and she was $2 or $3 cheaper than she is currently, but still $30 for that thing. It's a bit wild, I feel like. But also, I love her. I love her. Enjoy your lurk, Danny. And about the emails, the reason I can't is because I am very attached to to some of it. To some of it. There's emails in there in my email account that I don't need them, Tobes. I don't need them. But like some of them I do. Because I sometimes email things to myself like I don't know, a picture that I really, really, really don't want to lose. The last time I checked it was 30K, and that is really a long time ago. It's probably over 40 by now. And I do remove like spam and stuff, but like I don't know. Please remember that I am 34 years old, all right? I have had that email well, I have three that I've had for almost as long as I was allowed to have email addresses. Hi, Sammy. I'm sorry. I know it stresses people out, but it's not hurting anyone. It's just there. It's not hurting anyone. Folk stories, Skolja. I'm so confused. I need to do more research. Hi, Sammy. I need to do more research on Inuit culture, peoples, and symbolism. Most importantly, symbolism, because I fear that I am just... And they warn about this as well, actually. In the introduction of this book, it says that if you want to... well, don't quote me on this, but in short, you need permission of the people to do something with their stories. And especially interpretations. You need permission of the Inuit. So I get it because I am at a loss. I don't know what is happening in most of the stories. Some of them are just really funny. And if you do want to try and read this, first off, I do recommend reading introductions because usually they are there for a reason and they may help you understand the story or stories better with a little bit of help, even if there's a spoiler or two in there. Often it really is helpful, and in this case especially, it warned me of the fact that I was going to be confused. If I hadn't read the introduction, I would probably be pissed off at myself, mostly. But now I just know I just don't know anything about these people, and that was the point of the project of the Hermit Road Trip, of visiting these countries through books. The problem is, I mean, it's not really a problem. The only problem here is that I am infinitely curious and I need to stop at some point. The problem I ran into with the first book that I was going to do for the Hermit Road Trip was actually going to be 221163 by Stephen King, which is it's the assassination of Kennedy, right? It revolves around that story, but in there, just in passing, I came across the name Fred Hampton, and the way it was written to me felt like this is an invitation to look up what this person is all about. And oh no, Elbat is awake. Hello, El. I know, Tobes. Go over there. Go. You're supposed to be there. Go. It's only 5 minutes left of the break anyway. What was I saying? I completely lost the plot. I actually lost the plot. No, Greenland research. Oh, Fred Hampton. So I have gone down a rabbit hole of first off, I've read the book about Fred Hampton. I read Malcolm X's biography, and I have been looking into the Rainbow Coalition, the Panthers. See what I mean? I am reading a book, and the point of it is to, and when it comes to the USA, I want to visit all the states, because how am I ever going to choose one book for the entire United States? It's impossible. It's not fair. So for the United States, I decided to do every state. But I am completely lost in my research about Fred Hampton, especially because I feel like his story, if you don't know who that is, I highly recommend doing a general search on who he was, what he was about, and most importantly, what the government did to get to make sure that his message was stopped. It's really insane, and I wish I'd known about him before, but then again, this is the point of the Hermit Road Trip. It's just that I need to figure out how to stop myself from losing myself in the research, because I can't do that for every state, every country. Do you know how many countries there are? There's a lot. There's a lot of countries. So there's no such thing, Kasu. There's no such thing as too many books. But I do need to make videos about all of this at some point. So realizing that when it comes to Greenland, I am so desperately uneducated on the Inuit in general, but Greenland specifically, and it makes me sad. Now I want to know, I want to learn, and I want to understand their stories. I read the story of the Raven on stream yesterday, and I also wonder if maybe being autistic is a bit unfortunate when it comes to these stories, because not only are they are straightforward, but in their straightforwardness, they sometimes say the opposite. Which, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? So I need to know more about the people. I need to know more about the people, but not today. In Discord book section, I posted a few recs the other day, which I included a story from Tolkien, which was based on Finnish stories he read in relation to the Kalevala. And you'll find some info there. Did I miss that, Lulu? I will take a look. I'm so sorry if I missed it. I'm not sure. My brain is not entirely braining when there's pain in my body. So I'm doing my best. It's okay, Jerry. I once had 90 email addresses. Eventually, I just invested in a centralized media backup server because I couldn't remember them all. Oh my gosh, wait. I don't have that many. I do have a lot email addresses, but there's just a few that I've had since I was like 14, right? So there's a few email chains from when I was a teenager, when I actually used to exchange emails with people over chat programs. Why? I don't know, but I know there was a period where I emailed with friends instead of using like Amazon or something. I already said I was 34, so I'm not dating myself. So, I'm just attached to those email addresses and to the things that are in there. And I promise you, it's not all crap. I'm sure I missed some spam, but I'm kind of proud of the amount of emails that I've managed to accumulate. Be proud of me! Who do you know who has over 30,000 emails? Tell me. Refresh. Refresh. Okay. There's also the matter of indigenous stories on stolen land too. Oh God, Skulja, I know. I thought I was prepared. I thought I knew what I was getting into with the Hermit road trip, but I didn't. I really didn't. I severely underestimated my own curiosity. Like I want to know everything. And that's not possible. There's not enough life. See, Lulu, exactly. There's only so much life that I have to spend. So oh gosh, I need to go. I need to go to the power hour. I need to read so I can read more books. Okay, let's go. The goal of the power hour. Cherry dating herself. Savvy, you should also always date yourself every day. Make every day a date for yourself. It will change your life. Light candles, buy yourself flowers, put on that music, have a little bit of wine, alcoholic or not, when you make dinner. Make everything you do an event for yourself. Or at least try. Little bits and pieces here and there. Okay, I am going to try and practice flow. And the key word here is practice. So the full hour is impossible, not just because, I have cats that are unreasonably calm when I'm talking. It's really unfair because this way I can show you what they're doing when I'm muted. But alas, I'm going to mute myself so that you don't hear me chase my cats and mutter to myself as I am confused about certain things like, what do you mean you're leaving a cat outside? You just got given a cat by the cat distribution system. You should take it home. Why are you feeding it melon? It's a practice. Just get back to it. Take a sip of water. I'm gonna listen to Elbat. I'm gonna give her a shout out. If you want to spend some time over there, that's great. If you need to be focusing, I recommend you stay here and suffer with me. All right, let's get to it. I'll see you in an hour. last moments. Welcome back. So that was I can't get as excited. I really can't. It hurts. It hurts. I want to laugh and I want to have a good time, but also my body is like, don't you dare laugh. All right, we'll do one more sprint because I do want to read a little bit. We got another fireball, so I guess I can get away with it. We'll do another half hour after we have a break, and then we'll have a final 30 minutes of focus, or at least we're going to do our very best. Clearly, I am struggling today. I forgot to order painkillers, and I have endometriosis, so uh, good times, good times. Don't worry. If I couldn't handle it, I wouldn't be here. But it is a good distraction, I have to say. It's just to sit here and be here. But I have to be careful that I don't laugh too hard or get that final moment, Golja. I swear that's not good for me. I have to make sure that I don't get too excited next time because that hurt a lot. I thought the worst was over, but I guess not. And before I forget, because I saw a few things come by. Thank you so much for the follows, Dan and Jade. I think it's Jade and Chris. And Jack, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the follows. Almost 3. What do you mean? Oh my god, Tobes, I forgot to double. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, I'm definitely staying here for another half hour. Yay! I can't hear her. I can't hear her because I'm listening over here. But I have to not be excited because that really hurt. I feel like I pulled a uterus, which is amazing. 16 whole days. That's amazing, Tobes. Daddy. Thing is, we're all hostage. Oh no, Sammy. I don't think at the moment I couldn't, but who knows? No, I did actually, and I made notes. I make notes. This is supposed to be a cozy read. What is happening? So I'm on page. I mean, I'm not very far. On page 22, but that's mostly because yeah, I did have to witness the fireball. Um, Hold on. Let me get my notes. So this is supposed to be a cozy read. I mean, it is Asian, and I have to say that Asian books do tackle serious subjects even in cozy reads. Because one of my favorite books that I read recently is The Elsewhere Express, which is a new release, and it was beautiful but heartbreaking, and that's pretty much every Asian book. So I'm not sure why I'm surprised, except that see, in a cozy read, I don't expect the mention of black market organs just casually mentioned, or that the apartment, quote unquote apartment, because the girl in the story is painfully poor. So her mother has papered the walls of their apartment with newspapers, and one of the most prominent oh no, Storm, hello. One of the most prominent pieces of wallpaper made of newspaper is a story of a man who was kept as a slave. So I'm sure I made all the alarm bells go off with those two mentions. But at the same time, now I'm saying it out loud and looking at the notes again. Actually, that says a lot about that place of that side of the world, doesn't it? Like, I am a bit up to date on what is going on over there. And both of those things are kind of a problem. So I just wasn't expecting it in the first 20 pages of this book. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. But there's heavy subjects of poverty, of displacement, because rich people come in and want to take down your historic neighborhood. and not having the money to move away. And naturally, the only reason you get invited to the rainfall market is because you have a very sad story and you could kind of use a change of life. Is pretty much what the book is about. Um, so it's Asian cozy, I should say, which is exactly what I love, but at the same time, what was the sentence? Because it was so casual. And I need to, I mean, I just did by saying it out loud, but I need to put a pin in that. So she has written to the rainfall market, which only appears during rain season. This story takes place in Korea, and you have to write your story and the reason why you deserved a ticket to the rainfall market, where you can get a new life, a possibly better life. And she gets the invite, and it has the disclaimer of at the end that says, "Please note that we do not take responsibility for any trouble that may occur at the rainfall market." So at the end of the page it says, "Something did bother her though. The last line of the letter. Why wouldn't they take responsibility for any trouble? She'd once heard that the police had arrested a gang that had been luring people with the promise of work only to sell their organs on the black market. And the yellowed newspaper she and her mother used for wallpaper prominently displayed an article about a man who had been kept as a slave on an island village, rescued years after being taken." So, and then it goes on with Saren paced around the room, biting her thumb, and fiddled in every way she knew in the tiny apartment, but she couldn't decide whether she wanted to go or not. Like, it has no actual consequence for, at least as far as I know at this moment in time, for the story. Could still happen because we just started. I just entered the story, and I don't know who we're gonna meet at the market aside from the people that have been introduced in the beginning, which is adorable, I have to say. I don't think I've ever read a book with a little introduction like this before. What I'm talking about, Lulu? No, it's not. It's not, well, yes, for them, I think maybe partly, but it's not necessarily that. It's more like it's so prevalent. It happens so much. People probably know. It's very possible that everyone in places like Korea knows someone who has been victim of something like this. Which is interesting, to give it a word. No, Lulu, I think you're understanding it wrong, because you have to for a second put yourself in the shoes of the person writing this. It's not about decent. I can't pronounce that word at the moment. Um, at least the way I am receiving that is that you think that maybe that's what they're trying to do. No, that's not what is happening in that little bit that I just read. It's more like we don't hear about that here or I don't hear about that here in the West, about how bad those things are at this very moment. Um, Desensitization. I hate that word. At the moment I'm just not good at pronouncing anything. Um, aspartame. Isn't that the sugar? Hi there. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm not making any sense. It also, I just stumbled upon it when I said it out loud. Like, oh wait, hold on. I do know how bad it is because I follow some true crime journalists, I would say, actually, because the research that they put into it and the teams that they've built over the years, even if they do, did I? Yes, publish over on YouTube. Like Rotten Mango, she does predominantly Asian stories, and you would be surprised. You would be surprised. I have to think about that a little bit more. But I'm going to continue first because I do need to just be away from here to do that. I think I need to write a little bit about that because I just had a whole avalanche of things uh, dislodge themselves in my brain. Um, mainly to do with Yu Meng Long. So I'm gonna I'm gonna use the next half hour during which I'll be muted, so you can either join me in doing something productive, which is staying alive and doing your job, whatever that may be, and anything in between. You don't have to be productive in the the societal sense to be productive in this stream at least. So let's get to it. Last sprint. After this, I'm going to lie down and punch myself in the stomach. But for now, I'm here, and I hope I'm very grateful that you are too. I'm gonna mute myself now, and I will see you in half an hour. Good luck. Last minute. Tadeo, thank you so much. Where did that come from? Thank you so much for the gift subs. Oh my god. How are you doing? This is not a subathon. No, I am not prepared. I don't know. I don't know if that is gonna happen anytime soon. Thank you so much for the group hug. Everyone, say thank you. About that prompt though, because I know that's really serious, but I'm not giving up on him. I recommend looking into it if you're up to, but maybe be prepared and make sure that you are mentally okay, and don't look into that his case if you're having a time of it, because it's really quite troubling, and it will teach you a lot of things about the world that you may not be prepared for. Um, though you would be surprised at how connected it is to what the West is dealing with right now. But alas, I'm sorry. I know it's a game. I found out later that it's also a game. Um, but when it just happened, I'm afraid to just to even say his full name, because believe it or not, even though that man is Chinese, even I got punished for trying to spread the word. But at this point, there's so much going on in the world that attention is not as strict anymore, and I can get away with a little bit of speaking up, and also trying to raise awareness over different platforms. But I kid you not, when it just happened, I got punished for speaking up about the person that is underneath the petition that comes up when you used yeah, yeah. But remember who owns Twitch. Remember where the money goes. And this is why I was arguing about that even before his name came into my orbit. Um, it's really silly of us to think that countries are a real thing. Yes, they are a real thing, but if you zoom out far enough, you'll realize that it's all connected. They all collude together, and when it comes to you, I truly believe, and have researched myself as far as I could. A lot of the things that came out around that time when he died has been deleted even from the internet. A lot of sources that I collected myself are no longer online. It's really insane. And he was connected. His death is connected to a lot of very, very, very important people, which is why it's so scary. And I do want to be careful still. But it goes all the way to the top, Ellie. As always, it goes all the way to the top. And his case, I don't know. I'm just not willing to let it go. I went into his complete history. And oh my God, hype trains give me so much anxiety, so so bad. Thank you so much for the group hug. Let's see what I got here. Um, oh, I clicked on the wrong message. Well then. Also, I'm forgetting to welcome a few people because I get flustered and I try to just hide it behind something serious, which I do really feel passionate about. Charlie G and JJD94, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. Sorry, it's a bit serious. Oh, it's on the way. I wasn't. Wait, what is Hoha? Is that Red Velvet? Elbet is so. That's Red Velvet, isn't it? That looks really good. I'm not going outside. One more time, the break was done well because video got behind the timer. Video got behind the timer. Video got behind the timer. Do you mean Elbet? I am not doing a sock puppet show sculpture. I think it's so funny because there's so many things that Elle has done so far during her donathon that would terrify me. just thinking about I don't know, dressing up in characters and being able to do that. I think that is a skill, and I do not have it. I can't do voices. I can't do accents. So that alone gives me so much anxiety. So to think that she's so nervous about doing a sock puppet show is really amusing to me. That is, it's hilarious. What do you mean? What do you mean? You just put socks on your hands and you just make up a silly story. And with all the characters that Albert has done during the last, what, 3 weeks, I'm sure that she could come up with something. Oh, you were multitasking. Okay, Lulu, I'm sorry. I come back here and video was a minute earlier than the actual time when I clicked to change. Oh! Uh-oh. I think Twitch is a little bit, I maybe already said too much. It's really, Ali, I am careful, trust me. And I can't explain why his life, well, I can actually. Basically, he was asking for help for 12 years. He was in the public eye for 12 years. And I have been able to find evidence of people hurting him in 2013, like visibly beaten up, bruised, face swollen, but people get blinded by fame, even if this man wasn't necessarily an A-lister. People get blinded by fame. People get blinded by a pretty face, and they stop seeing the truth. And I guess finding out about his case and how desperately he tried to get away, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. And I am, especially when I realize that, wait, I am speaking up about this, and in the West, I am being punished in the West? That's insane. How deep does this go? That's ridiculous. And if anything, it made me, thank you, Ali. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something pretty bizarre that happened, which ended up with the death of a really good person, a really, really good person. Because another thing about you is that, so 12 years in the public eye, and usually when they want to bury something suspicious, especially when it comes to people, they'll start to damage their, no, I wish it was, it was the big M, and Erder after that, a big M. Except that it has been buried, and it's being yeah it's because very important people were involved, and if they wanted to tarnish his name, all they had to do was find some kind of what's the word what's the word I'm looking for? Go through that kind of unskippable phase. Yeah, it's really quite distressing if you look into it, actually. But in this case, it's even, I can't talk about the details because it really goes so freaking deep. And the reason this really got triggered in my brain is because I stumbled upon a sentence in this book which casually mentions black market organs. Right? And it was so casual, and through a Western lens, it feels callous. But then I realized, no, wait, this is Korea. This is a Korean author. This takes place in Korea. And I know what is going on over there. I know what happens over there. This man in the petition saw things, knew things. And they are desperately trying to erase him from the internet and from the memory of people who loved him. Instead, his name and his case and his story has ended up going viral, but people have short-term memories. The thing is, I think that his name and his case could lead to unraveling of a lot of pain. Because even though he was in the public eye for 12 years, just think, where were you 12 years ago? And how many things could be used against you that you have done or said in that time? Now consider that if they really, if he had been even a slightly sketchy person, there would have been something in those 12 years that they could have used to just erase him from our memories willingly, that they could have used to make us want to forget about him. But there's nothing. There's nothing. That's not safe either. Lulu, that's not safe either. But there's nothing in those 12 years. And still, they're still trying, because I am on this case. I am on this case to this day, every day. It really broke something in me, because I looked into what he has been through. And I don't recommend looking into that. Like, his case and signing that petition is important. And I'm not saying that you should feel the same things that I do. But the thing is, I looked into where he was, where what he might have seen. And the things I discovered are actually pretty insane. And they all connect back to the West, crazily enough, which is probably why it's all going to shit at the moment. And I can't say all the things, but let me just say that he was such a good person. I hate it. He was such a good person. 12 years and nothing, not a speck on his name. And they are trying so bad. But he's genuinely a good person, and that's why I can't let it go. I won't let it go. And even if I don't see any results in my lifetime, I promise you, I refuse to let his name die with him. I can't. Savvy! 2 days and 20. Oh my god! I don't want to know how many hours I've spent watching other people, so I can't. It's so weird. Why? I'm telling you sad stories. No, I'm careful, Ellie. Don't worry. But I designed a card game based on such things. It was called Body Brokers, and not a single publisher in the world did dare publish it, even though they loved it behind the scenes. That's insane, Wisdom. Huh. So yeah, if you can, I would love it if you could sign the petition. I know it's silly, and again, I'm not asking you to remember his case the way I do. I cannot explain why, because even because now you know as well, I cannot explain why. I could cry now. And I wasn't even a fan of his. It's ridiculous. And no, it's not because he's conventionally attractive. I found a quote in a book somewhere. It's like this maternal feeling in me has been ripped open. And I want to fight. I want to fight everyone who hurt that man ever. It's so stupid. Why? Why do they always... Why the good ones? But yeah, people have been cancelled over this. It's just that it didn't go far enough, and they're still trying to erase him, basically. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? In fact, there is a show on Netflix, or there was. I'm not sure if it's still on there. Is a show on Netflix in the West where he had a role. And he was taken out of the credits. And he had a very important role in that show as well. Thank you so much, Ali. Thank you. It means a lot. I mean, it doesn't matter that he was attracted, because that's also another thing. That's silly. I am not in that way interested in stories like this. All right. Yes, he's attractive, but I'm not kidding. There's the mother in me Ooh, so angry. I still. But it took a few good weeks before I got over that. Like initially, my cat thinks this is the best time for me for it to assault me from all compass directions at once. What do you mean? How is it from above? But yeah, I'm sorry that I know it's a game as well. But like I said, they even banned they banned the emoji because they try to raise awareness that footage came out. All right, footage came out of. I know for sure that there's nothing after that, and that's probably why because footage came out, and they even banned the emote of a fish. That's ridiculous. Just think about that. How deep it goes. But silence is their biggest weapon, and I refuse. I refuse to give up on justice. And the same goes for. Let me put it over here. Other. This is why I never want to be famous. It's pretty dark, Ali. It's pretty dark, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I'm thinking about Billie Eilish. I think she's doing a great job at being a good role model, for one. And she's putting her money where her mouth is. Is that the saying? Um, yeah, it's dark everywhere. It's dark everywhere. The thing is, I don't think it's necessarily the fame part. It's the idolization that where it gets a bit sketchy. If you stop seeing the person and forget that they're just as human as you yourself are, I think that's where it goes wrong, and where we stop seeing, like, for example, with you, that he was in literal danger. And it actually didn't matter what he did, what he said, how he said it. People thought he was joking, just being funny. That is where the danger lies. In stop if you start feeling like these people are gods, they're not. They're just human. And yeah, Riku, the whole world is freaking dark. So let's make sure that we are light, and don't mistake talking about dark things for darkness itself. It is actually shining a light on the dark things by talking about them, even if it hurts. Talking about the dark things is how we get rid of them and shine light on them. All right? Like being unknown and disappearing. I mean, same. Oh, you what? You had a company try to prove you existed. They couldn't, as I have kept myself under the radar. Good job, Ali. That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best. I mean, I wasn't really on social media before I started Twitch either. And there's no need. Though I do think that I kind of wish I had kept like a visual diary private, so somehow. I see people make compilations, and there's a certain kind of video. Oh, that I wish I could do that. So I'm trying to make more footage for myself, but I'm not good at it. I forget. So caught up in living in the moment that I forget. Maybe I wanna capture the moment as well, so I can look back on it when I'm in pain or something. I don't know. A single candle flame can repel darkness by up to 5 meters. Be the candle flame exactly, wisdom. Thank you. And don't forget, lighting someone else's candle does not diminish your light. It doesn't. How does it multiply? Do we know? I can't think anyway. I need to go lie down. I'll be back tomorrow though, and I will be reading more of the Rainfall Market. I shouldn't have put this. I was reading this. This is what I'll be reading this week because I don't have the brain to do research on Greenland while also being on stream. It's just too much. I'm afraid this is going to be a little bit more serious than I intended it to be. I picked this out because I wanted it to be cozy, but I forget that I love thinking about difficult things and difficult subjects. It's just a bit unfortunate that it does touch upon a subject that clearly still breaks my heart, but I'm okay. Right? I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to drink water. Keep at it, Ellie. They don't need to know anything more. There really is no reason. And with the way things are going, Big Brother and stuff, oh my God. Keep as much secret as you can. It's probably for the best. Look at the schedule to see what it means. I'm going to say I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble. And if you didn't sign, if you are not interested in any of this, that's fine, okay? We can't all do everything, right? As long as you're not actively sabotaging anyone or hurting anyone, we're all good, okay? Just because I feel things doesn't mean you have to, and otherwise, and vice versa. Thank you so much for the group hug today, and I hope to see you soon, all right? Bye-bye.